Hi. So I'm a huge fan of the Goosebumps series, the books and the shows. And they have this one called The Haunted Mask. And in my local area, we have this store called the Spirit Store where they have costumes, masks, and other Halloween related items. And they had the Haunted Mask. So I went on a delivery app, Instacart, and I ordered it. So if they don't have any of the items, you'll either get a refund or you can get the next best option. So I got the next best option. So it brings me back to the Haunted Mask. I just wanted to cover this story. I had watched the Haunted Mask when I was younger, and it scared the crap out of me. Like, it gained the fear of just putting on a mask. So I kind of wanted to get into it. Like, the backstory of it starts with the girl. She's easily frightened, and her friends keep pulling pranks on her that scare her. So she finally decides to braven up and go to this like scary hidden store. And background story behind the shopkeeper is that he had no love for himself and that he was born with an ugly face. He also had became a scientist in the field of biological engineering, and in turn created a beautiful human prosthetic face. So his goal is to make a mask that would cover his face, but he did so, but with real human flesh. So he did this so that it would attach to his flesh and would remain so forever, so he'd be better looking. Little does he know that it wasn't actually just that. He was actually like ugly from the within, because when he put the mask on, the mask turned hideous. Yeah, it said it became contorted and deformed. So the guy ended up taking a knife and carving deep into the skin where the mask would end, and that's what created this haunted mask, and it was the first failed attempt. So after that, he started doing more. He started creating more masks. And since he realized that it wasn't the outside that was ugly, but it was the inside, those feelings started transforming the faces of the masks he had created. So they became living masks. He ended up calling them Unloved, and basically the masks changed to reflect the man that he was still on the inside, which was hideous. And yeah, these masks were living, and they watched for an opportunity to gain a body. So that's kind of the backstory of this store that she's entering in. And she's like adamant. She's adamant on getting this mask. And he told her, you'll be sorry if you get it. And she's still adamant and ends up getting this mask. So she does put the mask on. She puts the mask on and she scares her little brother. And after she does it, it was actually hard for her to take the mask off, but she did finally get it off. And a little bit before Halloween, she decides to put the mask on again. But when she did it for the second time, the mask sucked itself to her face, and it fused to her face. And so she couldn't get the mask off. And with her Halloween costume that she tried to create, she used a mannequin head that looked exactly like her. So basically what she was doing was she was wearing this haunted mask while carrying a face that looks like her, and her mom made it for her. So her mom had made this face, made this for her, and that's when things just started going crazy. Like, when she puts the mask on, it stuck to her face and she realizes she can't get it off. Then she starts acting weird. Like, things start changing a lot. And she starts vandalizing neighborhoods, scaring other people, and just really, really acting out. It gets to a point where when she's walking, the head that she was carrying said, "Help me." like it turned real. The head that she was holding turned real and said, "Help me." So that was really scary. So finally, she does find out. She goes back to this shop. And tells them that she can't get the mask off. And the shopkeeper says that the mask can't be removed because it's real. He said it's a real living face. And he said that he created them and that they were once beautiful. He said they slowly decayed over time and became hideous, repulsive monsters. He said he referred to them as the unloved ones. So what he basically tells her is that only with a symbol of love can anybody take the mask off. But he said if anyone puts the mask on after that it will be stuck forever. So she ended up, because of that mold that the mom made of her face, that was an act of love, and she was able to take the mask off. And so she actually does. She puts the mask off and it's good. Like everything's fine. Then a little bit later, her little brother walks back in and asks her sister how he looks in the mask. So that's basically where it all ends. And to me, that was just really, really scary. And I did want to show you the one that I ended up getting. This was the next best option for the mask. And I'm just gonna show you how freaking scary this story is. Alright, so yeah, I gained a fear of putting on masks totally because of this story. And this was the next best option that I had found. And it is Felix the cat, but the scary version. And basically, when she puts on this mask, she couldn't take it off. Like, it got fused to her face. Do you realize how scary that is, guys? Like that. Like. Also wanted to mention, I saw on social media the haunted mask, they didn't sell it in stores because it was so scary. And it could be a rumor, maybe not, but all I know is I didn't get the mask delivered to me, so